If you're convinced he's not the guy, you know what? Then do it. But you should have done it in the offseason. You should have. Because what is Jeff Ulbrich going to do? They've given up 29 points the last couple of weeks. 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks, 29 points. What is he going to do that's that much different? Rodgers said, well, we need guys held accountable. Okay. Who do you want held accountable? Are there players that you think Ulbrich will bench that Saleh would not? Are there? Is holding people accountable, taking play-calling duties away from Nathaniel Hackett? I don't know that Rodgers wants that. And give them to Todd Downing. Now, that hasn't happened yet, but the reports are, if you believe them, that they were going to, rather Saleh was going to do it yesterday before he got fired. I don't know. Is that the answer? Is that the holding people accountable that Aaron Rodgers demands? It's fascinating now because we can already have the conversation. Who's next? Is Jeff Ulbrich? I hope he does. Because, look, I got to know Jeff a little bit, just a little bit. I know Tom probably said the same thing. Last year at the Senior Bowl, Tom and I covered the Senior Bowl together for NFL Network. I called the game. Tom was on the sideline doing great reporting all week. Right? Jeff Ulbrich won a lot of people over. Jeff Ulbrich's a cool guy. Curses a lot if you watch Hard Knocks.
Oh, yeah, big time.
I mean, there's a lot of cursing. Like, Jeff Ulbrich couldn't coach the Bears because they didn't like cursing in Hard Knocks. That wouldn't have been a good fit, but he's with the Jets. Okay, that works. He's a good coach. He's a good defensive coach. You've heard all the stories. The Niners wanted him to be their DC last year when D'Amico left, right? He's a good coach. But if they don't make a run of the postseason, let's say they don't make the postseason, because Jeff Ulbrich, is he going to snap his fingers and fix the offense? Say they don't make the postseason. Who's your next Jets coach? Go ahead.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel is a decent choice. Consulting with the Browns now? Yeah, why not?
It's not going to be Bill, even though that would be pretty fun.
Why not?
Why would he say yes to that?
What are his other offers?
Well, there's going to be at least 6, 7 other openings.
That's what we thought last year. He would have all these offers. There was really only one serious conversation. Right?
Yeah.
It was with Atlanta. Look,
true.
I'd hire Bill Belichick, right, as coach, more so than GM. I think Bill's done great on the TV media side thing. There's a lot of Bill Belichick content
he's out
right
there.
now.
Yeah,
I mean, he went from a guy barely giving complete sentence answers in press conferences to now on every imaginable media platform there is, right? Every last one of them. And he's entertaining. And there he is when he was visiting his son, Steven, who is the DC for Jed Fish and the Washington Huskies. That's when he was visiting. I happened to be in town that actual day. That same day, I was covering the Seahawks that day for Sirius XM NFL Radio. Yeah, and by the way, congrats to Jed for that big win over Michigan. Sorry, Rich. Yeah, Bill Belichick to the Jets. I know there's a lot of animus there. Why not? Like, unless he says, I don't think we could win with Aaron Rodgers, would that be fascinating if that happened?
I think.
But if you're Woody, forget if Bill wants it. If you're Woody, you have to make the call, right?
Oh, you have to. Yeah.
Previous ownership, right? Just move on.
Yeah,
move on.
Have to call.
You've got to make the call. Have to definitely make the call. Vrabel, good one as well. Sure, absolutely. But you have to make the call. The question is Aaron Rodgers back? And the question is, do you have to go get, and this is we're a long way from this. The Jets still have a good team. They have a talented team. They still have Aaron Rodgers, a quarterback. Who am I to doubt whether or not this team can A, make the playoffs, or B, get in and do something in the playoffs? I think they can certainly make the playoffs, and I think they can make some noise with Rodgers. You're going to bet against him in January? Packer fans, stop. I would like to see it.
Yes.
Sure.
You've made a lot of money betting against Aaron Rodgers in January.
I know. I would like to see it, but let's assume it isn't Jeff Ulbrich next year. Does the new coach want Aaron, and does Aaron want the new coach? And then does it become do we really want him back, or do we just dare him to retire right now? And do we hire a coach that we think is better for the team moving forward long term and go find another quarterback, whomever that is? They're not going to be in position. Look, regardless of what you think of the Jets season, unless Rodgers gets hurt, they're not going to be in a position to draft one of the top guys. They're not. They're going to be in that no man's land. You'd have to think right in the middle, or right in the the low 20s, where they're not going to be in position to get one of those guys that Bruce Feldman was just talking about that could be a franchise changer at the next level. They're not. So then where are you? And I know this is way down the road here, but you have to start thinking about that stuff, don't you? Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.